right, morning. Just grabbed my cappy. Asheboro, North Carolina has a great little cappuccino spot called Brewski's. They do like coffee and beer basically. It's perfect hitter. I was telling you the other day I'm on the road. I'm supposed to be on the road till the 15th, but on the road till the 11th. Just trying to chase down supply chain. That's this whole like basically couple of weeks, 2 or 3 weeks total, is chasing down supply chain and trying to learn more about how to own more of our supply chain. If you really distill it down, I'd like to go all the way back to the farmer. And so I'm in North Carolina meeting with someone who's going to help me understand the cotton commodity, just what it would look like to buy direct and or to work with a farm or multiple farms and buy, and buy and own the raw material and the raw fiber, which is going to kind of be a logistical nightmare if this is something we choose to do. But we're at scale right now where, we're buying, hundreds of thousands of pounds. Got to be 1 million pounds or more. I'm not exactly sure what the number is, but I was thinking it would be kind of cool to basically stand in the middle of a cotton field and be like, this is where your jeans come from. All the jeans this year will be made from this field right here. But the bigger reason we're doing this exploration is because we need to find more margin dollars in our supply chain to scale, to open the aperture for acquiring new customers and to find adjacent markets. We've got to lead with product quality, obviously durability, heritage, value is another key component. And so as we're building out this good, better, best strategy, and then needing to find more margin dollars to help us scale and grow, I've got to dig deeper, right? So people get caught up in the now, the way it's always been. Things aren't done like that. It's not really done like that. You shouldn't do it that way. Anytime you hear statements like that, it's not coming from a place of exploration or creativity, right? Things aren't always as they seem. And so you've got to be careful with listening to, I don't want to say listening, because I value everybody's opinions and ideas, and I think that's important to have discourse, it's really important to have discourse around things as extreme as buying 1 million pounds of cotton. It's going to come with its own whole set of challenges, but supply chain, where do you store it? Do we store it here in this facility in North Carolina? What happens if we get like a storm or it gets wet, or I don't know. There could be a bunch of different things. Somebody's got to know what to ship, when, to where, to spin, to knit, to weave. So it can be an absolute nightmare. But we don't fix the problems, America's problems, doing things the same way. And so you have to start with that statement. I say to my kids, rarely have I said this, once or twice, play stupid games, win stupid prizes. This is very true in business too. And I've played some stupid games, but you play stupid games, you win stupid prizes. Historically speaking, in manufacturing in America, specifically footwear and apparel, our industry, we've played a lot of stupid games, a lot of greedy games. I call it I don't call it greenwashing. I call it greed washing. And the American people played along and were the victims and continue to take tiny little chunks out of our flesh because it's death by 1,000 cuts, right? We continue to contribute to the thing that is drowning this middle class, and so in our effort to try and contribute a small piece of something different, we have to do things different, because if we play the same stupid game, we're going to win the same stupid prize, and I don't like those prizes. So you have to take with a grain of salt when someone says it's done this way, this is how it's always been done, you can't do it that way, you're crazy. Explore those things that are crazy. I'm not saying go all in, head first, arms tucked, or I'm not saying that by any means. I'm saying explore it. And that's what I'm doing for the next couple of weeks. I'm exploring that, not jumping in, not signing contracts, not hiring new people, not clearing out space to hold massive 1,000-pound bundles of cotton, right? Not what we're doing right now. We're exploring it. And so I have a gentleman coming in who's an expert, who's going to show me our supply chain and show me where the savings are in the supply chain. And then I'm going to get on a plane in 48 hours and I'm going to fly to Texas. Again, I'm exploring supply chain for footwear in San Antonio. And I'm going to talk with San Antonio Shoe, which the founder is from Maine, right? From Wilton, Maine, in Franklin County. He's from Franklin County, where we're from. And so I'm going to go learn how they did what they did from Maine down to Texas. And then I'm going to go up. I'm going to drive 6 hours up to a cotton field, and meet with a cotton farmer. And I'm going to learn about the growing seasons. I'm going to learn about a little bit about West Texas cotton. I know it's the best, but I want to know why. And then I've got to dig into our supply chain with our knitters and spinners and see what they're using for cotton. And then there's got to have to be some real conversations around Origin's next phase in business with our supply chain. Because at scale, you need to change. If you do things the same way, if you don't go out there and negotiate new opportunities, you're doing a disservice to the monster that needs to be fed time, capital, and capacity. And I know my job. And if you're building anything, if you're a founder, a CEO, if you're a young entrepreneur, you just started your company, if you're in college, you got to feed the monster what it needs, the diet it wants to eat. And sometimes it's just a straight carnivore. It just wants to eat freaking flesh. And other times it wants to hunker down and hibernate for a little bit, and it can live off body fat, right? And so understanding the nuances of those things is important. And so it drives my behavior, right? And then I drive the team's behavior. Complacency is a silent killer of teams in business. You almost don't recognize it unless you've experienced it, unless you've paid the tuition. Complacency is the silent killer. I've often said on podcasts in the past, I only look forward. So I decide a little bit, but I never look back. But I know behind me there's someone smarter, running harder, moving faster, with a better plan. And so the only way to win is to tactically outpace them. With a ruthless mindset, not ruthless in your interactions, not being an asshole, but ruthless in the pursuit of winning and doing what's right and winning at all costs. And for me, that's sacrificing time, right? We've talked about the time value of time on this channel in an earlier video, and I've sacrificed a lot of time, my lifetime, and that's the job. That's the job if you're trying to build something iconic, meaningful. Again, you can't sit behind a computer and stare at a screen and think you're going to find all the answers. The answers to what you're looking for aren't through a Google search or an AI search. Going and seeing and gaining that experiential knowledge is the real way to build meaningful relationships. So I'm not just stressing that. It's not just something I'm saying. I'm saying because I've lived it. I've lived it building two massive companies at the same time, right? And two totally different industries, and with two totally different channel strategies, and two totally different teams. All right. So what I can say is, complacency is the silence killer. Don't let a winning season make you soft, and don't let a losing season make you weak, because it's easy to get caught in either vortex, and both will suck you in and not let you go. So you have to move. You have to get up. You've got to go. You've got to have the conversations. And if you feel paralyzed, you just got to put one foot in front of the other. And all that to say, I start this little supply chain journey today in the conversations about cotton, about the effect it could have on our business if we negotiated with a farmer direct, then off to Texas to meet with a farmer who could potentially work with us, and also San Antonio Shoe, around footwear and the future of footwear in America, and possibly how we could work together and just squeeze America from Maine to Texas and squeeze everything in between back to American made. Big ideas. You got to set long-term strategic vision. You got to set ideas and goals that are so far-fetched to anyone but you, that the behavior every day is to get up like your ass is on fire, and then you need to rip faces off, and you're a startup, and it's your first day on the job. That's how you got to approach every single fucking day. All right? Now I'm gonna go get it.